Welcome to the Activated Storyteller's 71st podcast, January 31st, 2008.
This week's story is Saving Spring, a story from Scandinavia.
Hi, I'm Dennis.
I'm Kimberly.
And I'm Zephyr.
And together we are the
Activated Storytellers.
This week we are podcasting from Jetty Park in Cape Canaveral, Florida.
Well, near Cape Canaveral. It's really close to where the shuttle takes off if it ever leaves.
Which it's not doing lately. NASA's been having fun with that. But there are lots of ships floating by, and we are here with a whole bunch of families who live on the road. And I think that this is the largest gathering of families that actually live in RVs in, I would say, the history of the world, if you don't include people who lived in caravans and wagons and whatnot. But yeah, RVs, definitely. We've had 13 families here on site camping with us. 15 total have been joining in the activities and the events. And we have some of those families here with us who would like to say hi. And we're going to introduce some people.
Yeah, and we're going to use their voices in this story later, too.
We are. We've got lots of voices here. This is a full complement of characters and performers here today. We are having a great time here at Jetty Park with all of the families who live on the road full-time in their RVs. We have, first day we got together, we had a potluck and got to know each other. Then the next day, we just had an impromptu football game. The boys were out playing. The moms decided to take them on. And I think the boys won pretty fair and square. There was some Lego playing, and we made flags so that all the families have a unique family on the road flag that they get to hang on their RV, kind of a group activity, group arts and crafts. There was climbing trees, playing at the playground. Jack Sparrow made an appearance and had a treasure hunt with everybody. And then we had a beach party. And the next morning, there was some of us that got up early in the morning to go down and have yoga on the beach. One of the best things we did is there were 8 of us moms who decided we were going to tour around and see each other's homes. We took a RV tour and gave everybody the grand tour of our little houses on wheels. Lots of laughing, lots of fun, and a big hello to all the other families on the road out there that we know listen to the podcast. We missed you all. So I'm going to start with, the Whitcombs, because I've got Tim over here, Tim and Tyler and Cindy and Natalie. And would you guys say hi and kind of introduce yourselves?
Hello, I'm Tyler.
Okay.
And I'm Tim. I'm the head of the household.
And he's also going to be playing the mayor in our podcast. You'll be hearing that voice again. And
I'm Cindy. He thinks he's the head, but we'll see.
And you are?
This is Natalie.
And Natalie is here. How long have you guys been on the road?
A little less than a year.
Okay. And what do you want to tell us about being on the road, living in an RV?
I want to say how exciting it is. It's a great time. We have wonderful experiences, meet some of the most fabulous people in the world.
Okay. And Tyler, how old are you?
14.
And how do you like living in an RV?
It's enjoyable. I like it.
You do.
And what made you guys hit the road to begin with?
Mom just wanted to go, 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 and she finally got the family to agree to sell the house, get rid of the stuff, and hit the road.
Great. Anything else you want to add?
We are having so much fun. I love being on the road. I just keep telling my husband that. We love to be on the road.
And I suspect that someday I'll believe it.
And who else do we have here? We have a member of the Evans family. This is Avi.
I'm Avi.
And?
I'm Connell.
Connor, is this the only part of the Evans family we have available at the moment? Yep. Oh, great. Well, tell us about your life on the road so far.
We've been out for about 3 months, and we're really liking it.
You are liking it. Now, how old are you?
I'm 14.
And you do like it?
Most of the time.
Yeah. A little bit hard?
Yes, it is. Okay. Depends on the day.
Okay, and what do you think?
I really like it a lot.
You do? What's your favorite thing?
You get to see new people and learn new things, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, here comes the mom. Maybe she wants to...
Oh, are you able to say, we were just asking about life on the road and what you guys think. This is Katie Evans.
We love it. It rocks.
It rocks.
It rocks. It's good.
And how many in your family?
6 people and 3 dogs and 5 hermit crabs.
Let's not forget the hermit crabs. And any advice you want to pass on to families who might want to do this themselves?
Don't have 3 dogs and 5 hermit crabs.
I would imagine it's hard to get the hermit crabs to get out and talk to people.
Well, actually, at our house, we tie the rubber band around the hermit crab, and then we hook the dog leash to the rubber band, and we take the hermit crabs for walks every day, and it takes about 45 minutes to get to the next campsite, so they talk a lot to the neighbors.
You're kidding. You actually do this.
I don't, but they do.
And what was your motivation for getting on the road?
Freedom, get out of the hustle bustle, Joneses, history, to make time with our family and to focus on what's important.
And who would like to come next? We've got the Davises here.
I'm here by myself. I got my daughter Kayla, who's 11, my oldest, and my husband Jared. And we've got 5 kids all together. Youngest one is 9 months, just starting to walk, so that's going to be a problem.
That's going to be fun. Kayla, hi. How old are you, Kayla?
I'm 11.
And how long have you guys been on the road?
About a year now.
And what do you think?
It's getting a little boring.
Is it really? Have you seen the same things over and over? Or?
No, not really, but I just want to see my friends.
And you're not able to stay in touch with them too well?
No.
Oh, we got to teach you some tricks. Anything else you guys want to say?
Well, I'd just like to know, I'd like for everybody to tell why they went on the road.
Sure. Well, my husband's been on disability for 2 years, and we were getting to a place where we needed to move out of our house, and I'm like, aha, opportunity, let's sell our house and put everything in storage and go do everything that we possibly can. And
is there an end to the road?
Well, in about 4 months, we're going to be back in Washington State, where we're from, and then we got to decide what we're going to do.
Okay, so cross that bridge when you get to it.
I have no idea. We really love it. We've already got a trip to Alaska we want to do, and, you know, once you start seeing stuff, you realize there's so much more to see, and it's like, oh, well, we still got to do this, and we still got to do that, or I want to come back and do that again, so...
Yeah. See things at different times of the year. It's a whole different experience. Yes.
And we'll hear some more from some of the other folks here later, but first, let's have our story, shall we?
Okay, I like the story.
Saving Spring, a Scandinavian story.
Once upon a time, the snow kept falling, the wind howled, and even the oldest people could not remember such a cold winter. March, April, May came without a single day of sunshine, without a flower or a blade of grass. Even the bite of mosquitoes would have been welcome. By June, the mayor called a meeting, and the villagers assembled in the town hall.
Citizens, I have finally received news from another village. Apparently, spring is held captive by Old Man Winter up at the North Pole. Several villages and towns have sent their bravest people to rescue her, but none of them have returned. They want us to send someone now.
A hush came over the room. Shh. No one dared to speak for a long time. Finally, a young man named Oscar got up.
Mayor, I will go to the North Pole and see if I can match wits with Old Man Winter.
You, Oscar? What can one young man do against the strength of Old Man Winter?
Perhaps it's not strength that will conquer him. Of course, I hope it's not wits, because I don't have very many of those either. Maybe a really good hairstyle will conquer him. I've got that.
Well, that you do, Oscar. Very well. We must do something, or we'll all starve. And I certainly don't want to do that.
Oscar left for the North Pole. A few weeks passed, and finally he saw Old Man Winter's huge ice castle looming in the distance. Suddenly, 3 tall, armored soldiers surrounded him and dragged him to the palace.
Come with us, sir.
Oh, wise guy, eh?
Come with us.
Come on, move it. Move it quick.
Hey, move it, go on.
Come along, young man. They threw him into a big room, empty except for a few rabbits, small deer, and guinea pigs, all shivering with cold. Oscar sat down on a bench to rest and promptly fell asleep.
Wake up!
What? Who said that?
Me, the rabbit.
Rabbits can't talk. There must be a cockroach here who's a ventriloquist.
No, look, it's really my mouth moving. Look at your hand.
My hand? All I see is a paw. You're really full of tricks, aren't you, silly rabbit? Tricks are for kids.
It's no trick. You're a tiger.
Well, some people say so, but others say I'm a mouse.
No, you've turned into a tiger.
Oh, hey, you're right. I guess that explains why I've been craving raw gazelle. What's going on here? Who are you, and what kind of harebrained scheme are you up to?
I am Greta. I was once a human, too, But all the people in my village were frozen by Old Man Winter, who captured Spring and is holding her prisoner. Saving Spring is our only hope of survival. We are digging a tunnel under the ice castle to reach Spring's jail. With your large claws, you can dig faster than any of us. Please help us.
I wonder how my excellent hairstyle can be of service.
And so he did. For days and days they dug, and when they reached the area just under the jail, Greta said,
Stop digging. We must recruit more large animals. We may have to fight with the soldiers who guard Spring.
Risking her life, Greta went every day to the large hall to find a large animal. Eventually, a large wolf was brought in.
I am the leader of a pack of wolves. I used to be a human too, but my memory of that life is gone. You rescued me just in time while I still remember chocolate.
Later, they recruited more tigers, bears, lions, and other football players
Hut 42!
who'd been transformed into animals. Finally, they reached Spring's jail. Spring was locked up behind bars, all made of strong ice, and at least 20 soldiers stood guard around the cell. She slept peacefully under Old Man Winter's enchantment. Her golden hair spread around her quiet figure, her green dress still clean and fresh. The animals burst out of the tunnel and rushed at the guards.
All right, man. 1, 2, 3,
Etc.
Holy cow. I don't see a cow, but there's everything else.
Let's get out of here.
Our union is going to hear about this.
With the guards gone, Oscar and the wolves threw themselves against the bars of the cell. Again and again they tried, but the bars did not budge.
Grab a torch and melt the bars.
They did, and soon Spring was sprung. But Old Man Winter heard what was happening and came flying out of a window in his silver sleigh. He looked terrifying in his gray swirling robe and flowing white hair and beard.
Halt. All of you are in deep slush now.
You cannot win again, Old Man Winter. I was asleep when you kidnapped me, but now that I've had my beauty rest, I am stronger than you, so bring it on.
You're challenging me to a duel. That's not fair. You know you're stronger than I. Can't we just play checkers or something?
Go home, Old Man Winter, and wait for next year. You have done great evil, and you should spend the next few months thinking about your crime and learning to regret it. Do not try to disturb the order of the seasons ever again, because if you continue to do so, nature will eventually notice and take her revenge.
Old Man Winter looked back at the snow melting under his feet. He climbed into his sleigh and flew back to the castle defeated. Animals cheered. She kissed each animal and immediately it assumed its old normal human shape. And they were all strong and good-looking and nicely dressed in their new outfits. And Oscar noticed that Greta became a beautiful young woman.
And the newly reawakened Spring said,
I must go and restore the world. Thanks to you, my heroes. All will be well again. Summer and autumn will follow me, and Old Man Winter will not dare to interfere again.
She flew away, trailed by a stream of rose petals and pollen. And so the people all said their goodbyes to each other.
Bye-bye. I love you. Be sure and write.
And all turned toward the town or village they came from. Only Greta and Oscar remained.
I have nowhere to go. As I told you, my village is gone. The village people sing no more.
I think that's probably for the best. Hey, you can come with me to my village and make it your home. I had the physical strength, but I never could have done it without your wisdom and my impeccable hair.
And so it came to be. Greta and Oscar went back to their thawed village, known as Birdseye, where everyone welcomed them as heroes. Yay! Hey!
My hair is great! Thank you!
They were soon married on the village green.
Aww.
And lived happily ever after.
The end.
And that's the story of
Saving Spring.
Saving Spring. Just pass the mic around a little bit if you want to say anything. Can I come to the Smythes? Jonathan and Deb. Are you Deb or Jonathan?
Jonathan.
Hello. All right. Well, you've heard the questions we've been asking people. How long have you guys been on the road? Do you like it? What do you think?
About a year. We're really liking it.
Since August. So a little less than the year, but we love it so far. Yeah. We just had a neat opportunity in that Dad was already working from home. We were already homeschooling, and we just said, let's go. We've got the freedom. Let's go.
What do you think, Jonathan? What's your favorite part?
RV going in the ditch.
The RV going in the ditch? Yeah? Oh, tell us. That sounds like a story. You got a little story about that?
Well, we were going to my grandma's house, and we parked the RV at our friend's house, and when we came back, we started it up, and there was this culvert, and it's been raining, and when we were pulling out of the driveway, the RV went just down.
That was a visual, by the way. This is audio. It fell off. I understand. It was pretty good audio.
And where are you guys from originally?
We're from Illinois, Ottawa, Illinois. When we first said we were moving to Ottawa, everybody said Canada. And no.
Great. Anything you'd like to add?
Get out and do it. It's fun.
All right. Who do we have here from the Miller family?
My name is Joey.
Hi, Joey. And you are? Hiding behind Mom.
That's Timothy, and I'm Laura Miller.
And you guys have a sister, right? What?
I'm mentally challenged.
A resident comedian. Yes, there's also Miranda Miller and Joe Miller, who are at home at the moment. So we've been on the road since April, so almost a year coming up ourselves. And why we did it? We just living outside of the box. We don't want to be on the gerbil wheel chasing.
So we move into boxes on wheels.
Yeah, it doesn't make a lot of sense, does it? But we're loving it. We love the life. I guess for us, we want everyone to know that you can do this no matter where you are on the economic scale. You just make it happen. And we have a lot of people that tell us, oh, I wish I could do what you're doing. And our answer is always, you can. You just have to do it. It's not going to fall in your lap. You have to make it happen.
What's been the hardest thing about it?
The hardest thing,
well, I'm going to Joey. He's got his hand up.
I think the hardest thing is having to live with him.
Yeah, the hardest thing is living with two boys who wrestle constantly in the RV. So that's the hardest thing.
But you have that anywhere, right?
Absolutely. And a lot of we still fight and we still argue and all of these things. But for the most part, we had that in life in a house. So it's just life somewhere else. So the hardest thing's been finding good organic produce and foods on the road.
Yeah, that can be tough. And we have another family here. This is Elliott's, the Elliott family. Who do we have here?
Savannah. I'm Sue Elliott. My husband Chris is outside. We started this for adventure. We sold our house in California, and we've been at it for 2 years. Hardest thing, I think, is when we don't have internet access. My daughter goes to an online high school, and when there's no internet access, everything kind of falls apart.
Yeah, I saw her roll her eyes there, but I think the lack of internet access had nothing to do with school. Come on, Savannah, what's the word here?
Lack of space and privacy.
Yeah, I think Zephyr's run into that issue, too. It's tough, huh?
But it's a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun.
Coming up, we're going to be performing at a school in the Tampa area.
Right, and I think before that, we are heading down to the Florida Keys. We're going to probably take our RV down there and end up doing a little bicycling and bike down to the end of the Florida Keys. We've never done that.
Shortly after we go to the Keys, also we're going to go to the doors with the keys and use the keys to unlock the doors, and eventually maybe we'll get somewhere.
I wonder if they have locks in the canals.
We'll catch you guys next time. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye. The Activated Storytellers perform at schools and libraries nationwide. On stage, we use American Sign Language, physical comedy, imaginative props, and a giant, oversized book to bring the stories to life. For booking information, check our website at www.activated-storytellers.com, where you can also find out when the Activated Storytellers will be performing near you. Read a story or order one of our audio CDs. Until next time.